Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the 2023 top 10s. I'm continuing those, and we are going to look at my number 9 super middleweight in the world right now, the undefeated contender, Christian Mbilli. Christian Mbilli, or before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So Mbilli was not ranked coming into the year. He's 28 years old, undefeated fighter, 25-0 with 21 knockouts, and he has quietly snuck in to being the WBC and the WBA's #1 ranked contender right now. Now, sadly for him, at 168 pounds, that doesn't mean a whole lot right now because Canelo Alvarez is the undisputed champion, and those governing bodies especially aren't too keen on enforcing their mandatories if a guy has a huge name. They've been like that for years, and sometimes, to me, majority of the time, it's to ensure that big name fighter gets to not just fight who he wants, but fight the better fighters, the big name guys, without anything tying that fighter down, you know, like a mandatory against a widely unknown fighter. So it definitely has its benefits, but Mbilli being #1 in both governing bodies, as I said, doesn't help him out a ton, but, you know, it could lead to other things. So this year, though, Mbilli, in March, got a big win over Carlos Congora, a 10-round unanimous decision there. Congora is a guy that upset a fighter, Ali Akhmedov or something like that a couple years back. A guy who was highly touted and on the rise. Congora beat him. I think he stopped him in the late rounds. And, you know, and Mbilli went out and outworked Congora over 10 rounds, got the unanimous decision, but then he took on Damon Nicholson, who's a veteran, like one of those journeyman type veterans who just knocked down Demetrius Andrade and lost a 10-round decision to him, and Mbilli knocked out Nicholson in only 4 rounds. So that to me stuck out, especially with Andrade in the top 10 and a former 2-division champ. Mbilli getting that victory was big, and it really kind of made a statement for me that this guy is deserving of a top 10 spot. So I brought him in at number 9, you know, and I was impressed with what he did. But in terms of opportunities he's going to get, he's already got a big opportunity tomorrow night. And by the time this video posts, it might not be, this fight might be over already, but he's fighting another undefeated fighter named Rohan Murdoch, and who's highly rated. A win there could lock down the WBA's #1 spot at the very least, because we all know David Benavidez is in line for Canelo. So the WBC is not going to order an unknown fighter like Mbilli, or not a well-known fighter like Mbilli, especially when they barely are mandating Benavidez to fight Canelo for the WBC belt. So Mbilli's not going to see Canelo or Benavidez this year, but he could definitely lock down that top spot in the WBC. But I think his better option to move into a world title fight would be the WBA, because David Morrell is one of 2 regular champions left in boxing right now for the WBA. The WBA has consolidated all their belts, at least the 12 divisions I cover, from 122 to heavyweight. They've consolidated 10 of those 12 belts, and they only have the welterweight and the super middleweight titles left. Welterweight, I think, is going away once Terrence Crawford decides to move up to 154 officially. Then Imantas Stanionis will be the only welterweight champion. So this is going to be the last division with a regular champion, which means for Mbilli, why not go after David Morrell? Yes, he's undefeated. Yes, he's dangerous, and he's a knockout artist. But if Mbilli is really on that level and Morrell really wants to fight the top guys, I think the WBA should order this fight and let these 2 undefeated youngsters go at it for the WBA belt, and create the next big star at 168. So I'm looking forward to seeing the kind of year that Mbilli's going to have. I picked him to beat Rohan Murdoch tomorrow night, and hopefully he impresses people fighting on ESPN on the Better Be of Smith undercard. So that's that's it. That's what I got. That's my number 9 super middleweight in the world right now at 168 pounds. The undefeated contender, Christian Mbilli. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.